Well, welcome to that lovely week between Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, so I thought I would make a chit-chatty video while I put away the tree decorations, chat about goals for the upcoming year, kind of wrap up what went on this year, and all that. So I mentioned in my previous video, my November chit chat video, that it's been a crazy year for me. So much stuff was happening, so much stuff went on. Oh, almost had a nutcracker casualty. That's not a nutcracker. I always thought that's what he was. He's a little dancy guy. Well, hello there. I'm editing Samantha, and I'm going to be popping in throughout the video, mostly on voiceover, because during this video, I went on a few tangents, shall we say. So I am going to be popping in on voiceover to kind of scoot those along a little bit. And I also kind of forgot what a segue was, particularly right now. So I mentioned my November chit chat video where it had already been a very crazy year, and the hits just kept on coming, as illustrated by the story coming up right now. I was in LA for Thanksgiving, and I drove down from San Francisco, and I stayed at my brother's place. I've never ever had a problem with that location, but lo and behold, somebody stole my catalytic converter from under my car. So, and if you don't know what's happening when you hear that sound coming out of your little hybrid vehicle, it's terrifying. It sounded like, I thought there was like a motorcycle coming up right against the driver's side door of my car. And I was like, what kind of a-hole motorcycle driver is sidling up right next to my window? And then I realized, wait, that's coming from my car. That sound is coming from my car. And we eventually came to the unfortunate realization that somebody had stolen the catalytic converter. So I had to deal with that. I think I've also mentioned I'm also doing this remodel right now in the back bathroom, and it's never convenient to have your catalytic converter stolen, but it was the most randomly inconveniencing thing to have happen at the time. Like, I had to come home. I was only planning to be in LA for like 4 days, and I had to get home to receive some shipments of things that were coming in. Floor tiles for the bathroom. Like, I had to be here to get those. I had some important mail that I needed to get. Just all the kinds of random things that normally I never would have had a problem having to stay down in LA. I have friends down there, my brother's there, I could crash there very easily while it was getting fixed. But this was like a one instance where that wasn't gonna work. So I was super stressed, and I had to file an insurance claim. I've never had to do that before. Certainly something that's good to learn how to do, but my headspace was not in this is a learning opportunity. Long story short, finally made it back to San Francisco. Going through a nightmare with the tile deliveries, which I tried to delay because I wasn't gonna be here. I got confirmation from UPS that all 4 boxes were delayed, and then got a text saying, one of your boxes has been delivered. So one of them wasn't here when I got back. I don't know why somebody would steal a box of tile from the porch, but we've certainly had things stolen before. Or it actually wasn't delivered because they said met customer on the UPS notes, and I was like, they didn't meet me. I don't know where this tile is. And so anyway, this tile has been one of the worst parts of this project. In fact, I'd say the only worst part. I mean, the people I'm working with are fantastic, the contractors. Most of the shipments have gone off without a hitch. But this damn floor tile, in fact, I have a box right here, and this isn't even the worst one, but they've almost all been delivered broken. Got other boxes here that are just complete shards. So these ones are intact enough they may be able to use it for the areas they don't need a full square, but it's just been so frustrating. I've had to reorder it 3 times. Finally wised up to the fact that it's better to order them to the store, to Home Depot, as opposed to having them shipped here to my house. So in fact, today I went to pick up my new 3 boxes, and one of them was broken. This is a new ornament someone got me this year. I just love it. It's Carl the Fog, if you are familiar with San Francisco lore. So anyway, fingers crossed that we have enough to actually do the job, because all the boxes included like a 10%, which they offer automatically when you order it, you know, to cover breaks and things like that. But we'll see. It's been very frustrating for many reasons, but largely because now we're waiting on this. This is the last thing they can do before they can install everything else. They just literally can't do anything more until they have the floor tile. So, been dealing with that. It's funny, the holidays are one of my favorite times of year. I love all the traditions. I love decorating the tree. I love decorating the house. I love buying and giving presents. Gift giving is definitely my love language. I really enjoy the process of finding gifts that are perfect for somebody. But with everything that's been going on this year, I'm honestly kind of glad the holidays are over. I'm sort of enjoying this period of reset, and I'm looking forward to hopefully a calmer year in 2024. Which I guess that brings me to 2024 goals. Things I want to achieve. I have a few key goals for 2024. When it comes to my channel, so I haven't actually told anybody in my life that I've started a YouTube channel. I want to just kind of quietly keep making videos, keep posting videos, get more comfortable in front of the camera, get more comfortable with editing and all of those things. I want to continue making videos as consistently as I can. And I'm realizing I kind of need to keep making different kinds of videos to figure out where my groove is, figure out what I really enjoy doing. These chit-chatty videos are actually my favorite kind right now, because I feel less pressure to have a personality that's not mine. I don't know how to describe it. So I kind of went down a rabbit hole here talking about how I'm a quieter person and not someone with a wild and outgoing personality, and how sometimes I find that frustrating, but I'm trying to embrace it. And I would also like to find the courage to do more filming in other locations, not just my house, even though I find that a little bit intimidating. So that was a ramble I didn't actually intend to go on, but maybe that is a goal for this year, is tied into my channel, trying to build up to filming videos and not worrying about what other people are thinking. Another big goal of mine this year is I really want to learn how to sew. I've had this goal for a few years in a row. It was a major one for 2023, and I just could not find the time. There's a class I want to take. I've actually taken it once before. It's a beginning sewing class, and it actually takes place like a few blocks away, which is great. So I would like to take that class again as a refresher, and I now have my mom's sewing machine, so I'd love to just get more used to, more familiar with the machine. I have so many dream outfits that I'm nowhere near talented enough to make right now. In particular, one that sticks in my mind as like a first really hard project is this outfit from Meet Me in St. Louis. This is one of my favorite movies, and I just love this outfit she wears in the beginning of the film. And then of course, there's about 1 trillion Regina outfits. Obviously with cosplay, being able to sew would be amazing, So that's, of course, another goal for this year is, I think I mentioned this in the November chit chat video as well, but being a little bit more organized with what cosplays I'm going to do for Dragon Con. I have my standards, which are Emma Swan. Actually, I guess she's my only real standard. So my new standard that I discovered in 2023 was Rick O'Connell. Freaking loved how that cosplay turned out, so I can't wait to wear that one again this year. And then my Snow White from Once Upon a Time this year worked out quite well, so I'm excited to wear that one again. New ones for this year would be, I've always wanted to do something from Hook.
This turned into a long tangent about how I wanted to do Tinkerbell, but I'm not sure anymore, and now I'm thinking about doing Peter instead, and I might do a gender bend version, and I have a dress that I was going to use for Tinkerbell, but it's a less recognizable cosplay, and I'm not sure I want to spend the time on it, because on the one hand, doing niche characters is fun at Dragon Con, it's also fun to be recognized immediately by a wider group of people.
So I'm kind of chasing that high a little bit. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna abandon the Tinkerbell and maybe do Peter instead. And I think that dress would work really well for that. So on the cosplay side, I've also always had an interest in learning how to do makeup transformations. Hello. The camera decided to just stop recording, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to give you a different angle. And plus, this side was almost done, so. I think I was talking about goals, cosplay goals, and makeup transformations. The thing with makeup transformations is, like, they seem easy, but I've dabbled a little bit before, and they're not. It's really hard to have the confidence to know you've done enough to turn yourself into another person and not overdo it so you just look like you have a ton of makeup on your face that doesn't work at all. Definitely a video planned for a couple different makeup things. Like, one video I'd love to do is experimenting with, like, placement of contour, placement of blush, placement of highlight, and experimenting with, like, how different your face looks depending on if the blush is here or here, you know? How it's angled and all of that. So I think that would be a really fun video to purposely do it a little darker than it should be, to really get a sense of A, what looks good on me for like a normal look, and B, how to use my face and my bone structure to really create different looks. So I'm really excited about that. Crafting wise, I've just started to teach myself how to make junk journals from scratch, and I'm super excited about that. I had always figured that the sort of most challenging part of it would be the bookbinding part, but it's not. It's really easy. So kind of thrilled about that. I have one I can show you actually that's in progress. This is basically my practice baby. Why is it? Oh, it's the shadow. It's the shadow of the camera. So first mistake I made is I glued in the inner spine before sewing on the pages, which is why the thread is on the outside. And then obviously I misjudged the length of the pages weirdly, because when you open it up and it lies flat, all the pages go to the edge, but then when you fold it up, they're gonna kind of push themselves out. So that was a good learning. But I'm just kind of rolling with learning what to do, how to make pockets. So yeah, I am just so thrilled at learning more about how to do this. Yeah, it's some of the most fun I've had learning a new craft skill in a while. So super excited about that. Side note, this is one of the oldest ornaments on my tree. Where was I? Goals. Those are the main ones. I started learning how to golf this year. I'd like to keep that up. I'm steadily trying to get in shape. I have what I like to call movie montage syndrome, where it's very hard to stick to day to day to day when you don't see the results because it's so gradual. And you know, like in a movie montage, you've got there's that energy behind it, and you're seeing the things happen over a period of time, and you're seeing, you know, like in Prince of Thieves, they all suck at arrows, and then in the last shot they're perfect at it, but you don't see the daily grind of them practicing how to shoot an arrow. So it's like that kind of thing. Like, I need to be inspired to be productive because I have this movie montage sort of thinking or thought process. It's not like I want things to be immediate, because I know they won't be, but I feel like I need for that momentum to always be there. And the thing is, momentum is not always there. So I need to get better so really what I need to do is get better at working through those days when you're like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, I'm not feeling motivated today. And that's okay if you know for sure that you will do it the next day. I have not been very good at that throughout my entire life. So I am actually working with a coach right now. It's a company called Nerd Fitness, and they are freaking awesome. Even if you don't need a coach, but you want some kind of motivation and you want some really healthy mindset when it comes to weight loss or dieting, I would highly recommend following them on social media. So they are just great. So shout out to Coach Jules, my coach who was helping me. But yeah, highly, highly recommend checking them out if you need any type of motivation. I think they're really good at individualistic training. I really trust that it's very tailored to me when I work with her, you know, and my struggles, my motivations, my habits, and they really focus on the whole picture of who you are, what your lifestyle is like, what you want to change, and really hone in on who you are. This is my brother and brother-in-law got me this for Christmas this year. It's this place in LA, and now I can't remember the name of it. I'll definitely put it here. And they use this artist uses all repurposed vintage pieces to make her ornaments. And in case anyone is wondering, I use wine bags for storing my ornaments, and it works really, really well.
This is me talking about how I don't use cardboard wine boxes anymore because it's really damp in my place and sometimes things get moldy. If anyone has any tips on how to combat white mold, I would be eternally grateful.
So I hope everybody had a beautiful holiday. I hope everyone has a wonderful, fun, and safe New Year's Eve. I think I am going to make myself a nice little winter cocktail treat and turn on a show or some music and finish this up. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you feel like subscribing, please do. I'm here trying to cultivate a cozy corner of crafting, cosplay, and vintage vibes. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.
If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for a few close-ups of my other favorite ornaments, and of course bloopers at the end. This is probably the second oldest ornament on my tree. I think this ornament used to belong to my mom, but it's just one of my absolute favorites. He looks so cute and cuddly and cozy. I got this Will Shakespeare ornament in Stratford, and I love it because it just reminds me so much of that trip and how much fun I had. So it's the next day. I took all the ornaments off the tree. Or so I thought. I walked in this morning and
I probably won't use that because I was rambling. I think that might be in focus, I don't know. I realized I forgot to say something that I wanted to say earlier. And I know that my